Friends, Greg Newmaster coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Marvel Legends Wolverine and the Astonishing X-Men costume from the comics. This is an updated figure and it looks fantastic. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and help me to build my channel. Wolverine, woo! Deadpool and Wolverine. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it. I'm gonna say some spoilers right now. So if you haven't seen the film and you want to see it and you haven't seen any spoilers, stop listening right now because I'm gonna spoil it. But such a great, exciting time. We finally get to see all the wonderful different looks for Wolverine that fans like myself have been salivating for years. We got to see him in the mask. We got to see him in the brown costume. We got to see comic book 5'3" accurate Wolverine, which was hilarious. We got to see him Age of Apocalypse style. What else was there? We got to see Henry Cavill as Wolverine, which was great. We got to see the yellow tiger stripe suit with the mask. We finally got to see Wolverine in the mask after all these years. He's iconic for that mask. That is such a unique looking mask. We finally got to see him in the mask. And it was great. It was one of the funniest movies I've seen in years. Just overall as a comedy. My wife and I were dying the whole time in the theater, just cracking up. It was so good. It was a very pleasing movie. That being said, we saw Wolverine mainly in that movie in this costume. This is from the Astonishing X-Men run in the early 2000s, written by Joss Whedon and drawn by John Cassidy. This is a pretty iconic update of the yellow and black suit. I gotta say, I was disappointed in the movie that we didn't get to see Wolverine in this straight up classic comic book suit. This is my favorite. Jim Lee style X-Men, classic X-Men, the animated series, X-Men 97. This style with the black tiger stripes. That's my favorite costume, but we got close to that with the Cassidy version. So this is an updated figure. We saw this in the I think it was still Toy Biz at that point. Marvel Legends line. Might have been Hasbro at that point, but I'm pretty confident it was still Toy Biz when we saw this suit the first time. So it's great, and you know, the Toy Biz figures are great. I have a lot of love for them in my heart, but they are a little bit wonky. They're a little bit overly articulated. Just some strange things about them. So this sculpt looks beautiful. Such a nice update, and I'm very excited to have this figure. So enough of me rambling, and let's bust this baby open. Here he is in the new 85th anniversary box. I love that they have the window instead of getting the just all cardboard. Guess what you got? And maybe it's broken on the inside, and maybe it's not. And here's some nice wax paper, you know. Just not a fan of them doing that. Nice drawing on the side. I don't know if that's Cassidy's artwork. And I don't think that one is either. It might be, but I don't think so. Here's the bottom of the box, top of the box. Already cut the tape. Let's pull him open. Anyhow, he just looks great. It looks like some updated articulation too, which is very exciting. So he's displayed with the unmasked figure. That's a beautiful Wolverine head sculpt. It looks just like the comics. Very nice, very lifelike looking. These Hasbro figures, Marvel Legends, they just keep getting better and better, and they're so good that in my opinion, they're getting comparable to the Japanese imports. Like they're so good looking. They're not like quite to that top level quality with the paint, but man, the sculpts are fantastic and the articulation. So you really don't need to do much more, and the price is just great. Anyhow, that's a great head sculpt. Looks just like the Cassidy image from the comics. He's got the shorter hair in this. Just like he was in the movie, we got the lines and the uniform. The redesign didn't have the trunks, so it looked more like a realistic costume than sort of the classic spandex. The points on the boots are shorter, just a little bit tweaks here and there. Very nice costume. I love these claws. They're like thicker claws. And here's these were the standard claws they were doing in all the Wolverine figures for a while, and they all bent in like that. And you could remove the claws, which I thought was a nice feature, but they're a little bit small and skinny, and they all sort of like fall off. So here he is in the classic brown costume, brown and yellow, which I love. Really nice costume, but look at how thick those claws are. They're thick, and they're more like the movie claws, and they just look great. And you can... Pretty sure you can remove... Yeah, you can remove these, which is nice. So you can display them in different poses if you want. So that's nice that you can remove them. And they go in there nice and snug, and they're not going to like flop all over the place. So articulation, we got some new torso articulation, which I love. This is sort of riffing off the new Spider-Man figures articulation. So it's a curve instead of this like square look, which just kind of looks, it's not a nice eye-appealing design, which is what they've been using for a while now. So we got the curve in the torso, and then there's 2 points of articulation. So he can bend right in the low waist where the belt is, and then he can twist at the top there, which is really nice. And then we got butterfly joints, which is great. Even look at the detail of the hair on the arm. That looks great. Really nice detail with Wolverine's hairy arms. And how do the shoulder pads go on? Oh, wow. So the shoulder pads are ported in at the top. This is a little bit different of a design because they were putting them in on... It's sort of clamped in there over the shoulder. So now they're in at the top, which I think is really cool. That's probably a better decision. So I don't know. I think I want to be careful not to rip this out. Yeah, so that's actually attached there on the inside. So that's cool. Arms go up this far. What about the head? The head is on a double ball joint. So they got a double ball joint for this Wolverine figure. So he can go up that high, down. Really nice range of motion. He can do a full straddle. He doesn't have drop hips. He can kick that high. He's got the double jointed knees. Mine are just a little bit locked up right now. Hinge in the ankle. Pivot, of course. That's what it looks like from the bottom. There's no treads on there. Sometimes the boots have treads. We got the double jointed elbows, of course, which I love. Just perfect articulation. I always thank God for the Marvel Legends figures because they took articulation to the next level with action figures, and everybody has followed suit ever since. So you just get really nice poses with this Wolverine. Crouch him down, get him in sort of like battle mode. That's what he looks like from the back. Really nice belt buckle. Yeah, great figure. What else do we get? We get a masked head, so he's got the short ears here, and he's doing his growly face. So here he is compared to, this is the animated series mask. I always loved this mask, how they did on the animated series. The ears are a little bit over-exaggerated, pretty big. They're more sharp and sleek on the Cassidy version. I like that version too. But just something about this version that's just reminiscent of my childhood right there. Here's a brown suit. The ears are like in between. So we have 3 different lengths of the ears on the different cows here. So it looks really nice. I'm gonna move my thumb so you can see that better. On the brown suit, and pop the head off and put this mask on. Gotta put Wolverine in his mask. And that looks just like the comic book, the John Cassidy version, so that's great. And we got the butterfly joints, like I said. And looks like this shoulder pad is slipping over a little bit. Yeah, so maybe they do move around the shoulder. I'm not sure. Yeah, claws look great. What else do we get? Get a couple different hand options. You get one open right hand if you want to pose it that way, and there's the silver little covers on his glove. I always thought that was cool, sort of like brass knuckles, but the claws always came out of that. Just thought that was a nice touch. We get that in the movie as well with his gloves. We get a pointing finger hand for his left hand, pointing finger. And then, what else? We get 2 fisted hands. Just, I think that's wasteful, especially since you can remove the claw, so unnecessary. But thank you anyhow, Hasbro. Get 2 fisted hands. Yeah, and just a comparison. In the masks, you get, here we get the animated series version, we get the classic brown and yellow version, and here's the John Cassidy version. So I don't know, take your pick. There's just always, Wolverine is probably the most made Marvel comic character, him and Spider-Man. Like, those are the 2 figures you're always going to get in a wave, it seems like. But hey man, I love Wolverine, and I love Spider-Man. So if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I highly recommend this video, or action figure. Yeah, I recommend this video. I recommend my own video, but I highly recommend this action figure. God bless you all. Peace.